guys, it's Angela Kim from thesquishymonster.com, and today I'm bringing to you an oldie but a goodie. It's a classic oatmeal raisin cookie. The very first thing I want to do is blend together my softened, unsalted room temperature butter with my sugar. And I like a chewy oatmeal raisin cookie, but if you don't, you can substitute half white sugar and half brown sugar. I like to beat my sugars and my butters for about 3 to 5 minutes typically. Then I want to drop in my room temperature egg and blend that as well. Now that my wet is completely done, and I love cookies because I feel like they're one of the easiest pastries to bake up, I want to talk about my dry. So I have my weighed out unbleached flour, and I want to add in my baking powder, my spices, and I used a coffee grinder to get it really finely powdered, some nutmeg and some cinnamon, and some salt to offset all the sweetness. And then you're going to want to sift all of that together. So let's put that aside and talk about our oats. I have some old-fashioned oats. I don't like steel cut and I don't like instant for this. These are just some old-fashioned oats. So that's going into my cookie for the oatmeal part. And then for my raisins, if you've noticed, I didn't put any vanilla into my wet batter because I want to tip it into my raisins to kind of rehydrate them. And I think rum would be really fun here too. And this will make the raisins really plump up. So don't forget to scrape down the sides of your bowl, swipe it clean so that everything gets mixed in together really nicely and evenly. So now we can add in our dry. I like to do this in thirds. My sifted dry, first portion first, and I like to give it a help out with my spatula. Now that you've introduced the dry though, you do not want to overmix. You just want to combine, mix just to combine. I like to do this next step in by hand just because I don't want to break it up too much. So in go my oats, and I'm going to do about half at first and then the second half second. And then I'm going to also hand fold in my raisins as well, and they look really nice and swollen back there. And then my other half of my oats. And now my raisins. And you can see that those oats really bulked it up almost instantly. And now we're ready to drop them onto a baking sheet, and my oven is already preheated and then they're ready to be baked. These cookies are so gigantic that I had no choice but to cut them in half because this half is probably the size of a traditional cookie. So let's see how it tastes. The edges are slightly crispy. The center is really puffed up and very chewy and soft. And speaking of, those raisins are so plump and juicy. They provide a nice sweetness, and then the oats provide a nice kind of hearty bulk and nutritional factor. And it's just really, really hearty and delicious. It's a very substantial cookie, and I so hope you guys give it a try. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. This was Angela Kim from thesquishymonster.com, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.